A viral clip just broke the internet. Austin Reaves and Bronny James fighting after practice. Millions saw it. Lakers fans panicked. But here's what nobody told you. On February 21st, 2026, a post hit X from an account called Jake Morrison NBA. It said, "Breaking. Bronny James and Austin Reaves got into a physical altercation. Teammates had to separate them." That post exploded. 1.6 million views, 5,000 likes, hundreds of replies in hours. It jumped to Facebook, Instagram, Threads. Lakers fans were going crazy, thinking the locker room was falling apart, with the team sitting 34-21, fifth in the West, playoff spot on the line. And look, you can't blame people for reacting. When you see breaking news with a check mark, you believe it. That's the internet. The lie runs a marathon before the truth even laces up. But here's what people missed. That account's bio said satire account in plain sight. It was a fake Scotty Barnes fan page with zero connection to real NBA reporting. And the kill shot? Bronny wasn't even at practice that day. He was in Frisco, Texas, dropping 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists for South Bay Lakers in a G League win. The next night, 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. The kid wasn't fighting anybody. He was hooping. Yahoo Sports confirms zero credible sources. No ESPN reports, no Lakers statement, nothing, because there was nothing to report. And the real story? Reaves and Bronny actually share one of the most iconic moments of this entire season, and that's what everybody forgot.
Good defense by Van. 3-on-1, Bronny! Oh.
Austin Reaves spots Bronny flying down the lane. No hesitation, none. He fires a one-handed lob straight from the free throw line, just floats it up there. Perfect. And Bronny? He catches it and throws it down. On the break and the jam from AR.
Breaking the jam from AR! Boy, did Bronny climb the ladder on that one.
Bronny goes up, catches it clean in midair, and throws it down with 2 hands. The whole building explodes. The bench jumps up. The crowd loses their minds. Every single person on their feet. That right there, one of the best highlights of the entire young season.
Oh, another look at that play by Bronny. The Lakers get out in transition, and Austin says, "I see you," with 2 hands climbing that ladder.
That play wasn't just a highlight, it was history. According to the Elias Sports Bureau, Austin Reaves became the first player in at least 25 years, since the year 2000, to throw alley-oop assists to both a father and a son in the NBA. Let that sink in. Reaves had already connected with LeBron on lobs before, and now he's doing it with Bronny too. No other player in NBA history has ever done that while the father and son were both on the same active roster. And if you go back and look at every father-son duo ever, the Dell and Steph Currys, the Rick and Brent Berrys, none of them ever played on the same team at the same time. This is literally unprecedented, and Austin Reaves is right at the center of it. After the game, a 130-120 Lakers win where Luka Doncic posted a triple-double and Reaves dropped 26 points and 11 assists. AR talked about what that moment meant to him. He said, "I've got to be the first person in NBA history to throw a father a lob and a son a lob." It was a pretty special moment. He also went out of his way to big up Bronny, praising his defensive impact and saying the Lakers needed those minutes he gave them. And it wasn't just the alley-oop either. Even before the season started, Reaves was publicly hyping Bronny up, calling him one of the better players on the floor during preseason workouts. And when LeBron got assigned to the G League to rehab his sciatic injury, and Bronny ended up starting for the actual Lakers.
How about Bronny James starting in the NBA and LeBron's assigned to the G League? That's awesome.
That right there is Austin Reaves in his own post-game interview, genuinely excited for the kid. Not jealous, not bitter, not hiding some secret grudge that leads to a practice brawl. Just a teammate being happy for another teammate's moment, pure and simple. And earlier in that same interview, Reaves was talking about LeBron's rehab with that exact same level of respect and admiration.
Y'all know how he is. He analyzes everything to a T. So I'm sure he's sitting at his house while we're playing, probably drinking a little bit of wine.
And Reaves, he didn't hold back. He stepped up and said exactly what everybody needed to hear. LeBron James is the soul of this Lakers team. Doesn't matter where he's at, that man's impact never fades.
You know, obviously it's LeBron, and just his presence and his ability is going to, lift the team. But he's a winner at the end of the day, and, he's won his whole career.
That's a man who respects the entire James family. Full stop. No drama, no hidden tension, just real love between teammates. But let's keep it 100. Bronny's journey with the Lakers hasn't been all highlight dunks and smooth sailing. Because real talk, there are serious conversations happening right now in the basketball world about whether Bronny is actually ready for this level. And nobody screamed that argument louder or more passionately than Stephen A. Smith.
I'm really, really trying to be as respectful as I possibly can be.
And what came next? It wasn't just basketball talk. Stephen A. went straight at LeBron James, not as a player, not as a teammate, but as a father.
I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this.
Stephen A. laid the numbers out flat. No sugarcoating, no mercy. In 13 NBA games, Bronny had played just 44 minutes, scored only 4 total points, and was shooting 1 for 16 from the field and 0 for 7 from 3. 0 threes made. Those are brutal numbers. Doesn't matter who you are, those stats are painful to look at.
Bronny James is averaging 0.3 points, 0.3 assists, and 0.4 rebounds. How are you doing him favors? We know that he's not ready yet.
But then Stephen A. took it somewhere deeper. He didn't just stop at the numbers. Nah, he went into history. He pulled out a story that most casual fans have never even heard of, but one that paints a picture so vivid, so real, you can almost see it playing out right in front of you.
You remember years ago, Dougie, when the great Larry Holmes, heavyweight champion extraordinaire, one of the greatest jazz.
He was talking about Larry Holmes and Marvis Frazier. For those who don't know, Larry Holmes was one of the greatest heavyweight boxers to ever live, one of the most devastating jabs the sport has ever seen. And Marvis Frazier, he was the son of Smokin' Joe Frazier, another all-time great heavyweight champion. So Joe put his son in the ring against Larry Holmes. And what happened next? It was hard to watch.
Marvis Frazier went to the ring, and Larry Holmes, Molly, got interviewed before the fight, and
Holmes looked straight into the camera and said it plain, "Ain't no kid with 10 fights beating me." And he meant every single word, because when they stepped in that ring, Holmes hurt that kid badly. And the whole time he was landing those shots, what was Holmes doing?
And he hurt the kid and had him hurt. And literally, Molly, before he punched, was waving at the referee to come stop the fight.
Holmes was literally waving the referee in while he was still throwing punches. Even the man doing the damage knew it had gone too far. And when it was all over, nobody was looking at Marvis. Every single eye in that room went straight to Joe. Everybody was asking the same question. Why would you do that to your son? Why would you put your own child in a position where you know, deep down in your soul, that he is completely overmatched? And that's exactly the parallel Stephen A. was drawing, because right after that story, he brought it all the way back home to the NBA.
We were like, what you doing? Why would you do that to your son? Do you not know who the hell this is? I would say to LeBron James, do you not know who these NBA players are? Do you not know who your contemporaries are? Do you not know how great the NBA players are?
That's a heavy comparison.
That's a heavy comparison. And whether you agree with Stephen A. or not, there's a truth buried in there that's impossible to ignore. The NBA is the highest level of basketball on this planet. These are the best players in the world. And when you throw a young player into that fire before he's ready, you're not building him up. You're risking tearing him down in front of millions of people who will never let him forget it. But here's what makes Stephen A.'s take worth revisiting right now. He wasn't saying Bronny could never be an NBA player. He was saying Bronny wasn't ready yet. And the G League numbers actually back that up, because his averages of 15.5 points on 53.6% shooting with nearly 5 assists per game tell a completely different story than his limited NBA minutes. His back-to-back performances against the Texas Legends proved it. Even his season-high 12 points against the Spurs on February 10th, going 5 for 10 with 6 assists, showed real flashes of what this kid can become with real minutes and real opportunity. The talent is there. The work ethic is there. It's always been about timing. But while the basketball world debates Bronny's future, the Lakers owner just said something that changes the entire conversation. And it has nothing to do with Bronny or Reeves. It has everything to do with LeBron James himself. Here's where this whole thing takes a turn nobody saw coming. While fake fight footage was dominating social media and people were arguing about Bronny's readiness, Jeanie Buss, the controlling governor of the Los Angeles Lakers, sat down for an interview on CNBC on February 17, 2026, and what she said sent a shockwave through the entire NBA. When asked whether LeBron James would return next season, she didn't give fans the reassuring answer they were hoping for. Instead, she said something that sent a chill down the spine of every single Lakers supporter. The key quote was crystal clear. "Never say never, but he certainly hasn't given an indication. He's earned the right to decide how his career will go." Let me repeat that. He hasn't given an indication. That is the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers publicly admitting she doesn't know if the face of her franchise is coming back. And Buss sounded genuinely doubtful, suggesting LeBron could retire or go somewhere else entirely. To understand why this matters, you need to know what's been happening behind the scenes, because this isn't just one interview. This is a relationship that has been slowly fracturing. ESPN reports detail private frustrations from Buss, including the feeling that LeBron's influence through Clutch Sports had grown too big. Back in 2022, after the Russell Westbrook disaster, Buss privately considered trading LeBron, something completely unthinkable just 2 years after winning a championship together in the bubble. And then there's the Bronny factor. When the Lakers drafted Bronny with the 55th pick in 2024, it was supposed to be a beautiful moment, father and son, historic. But according to reports, Buss privately felt LeBron wasn't sufficiently grateful for what she saw as a gesture. That tension has been simmering underneath everything ever since. Buss pushed back on those reports in January, calling them unfair. LeBron downplayed any rift at a January 23rd press conference, but the leaks kept coming. And when leaks keep coming, it means the fire behind the smoke is still burning. What makes this February interview even more telling is how Buss framed the future of this franchise. She wasn't just talking about LeBron. She explicitly stated the Lakers are building around Luka Doncic, the 26-year-old superstar acquired in a blockbuster trade for Anthony Davis. She called Doncic a young all-star the fans love to watch, and said the recent sale of the team to Mark Walter gives the organization the stability to move in that direction. And this is where the dominoes start falling, because LeBron is making $52.6 million this season and holds an unrestricted player option for next year. If he walks, that money comes off the books. And if that money comes off the books, the Lakers suddenly have massive cap flexibility heading into a summer where Austin Reeves is expected to command a deal worth as much as $240 million over 5 years. And let's talk about Reeves, because this man has earned every single penny coming his way. This season, he's averaging 25.4 points, 5.0 rebounds, and 6.0 assists while shooting 50.8% from the field. Undrafted free agent to franchise cornerstone. He already turned down a 4-year, $89.2 million extension last summer because he knew his value would skyrocket, and it did. The Lakers hold his bird rights, meaning they can offer him a 5-year max deal starting at roughly $41.5 million per year. Teams like the Jazz, Pistons, and Nets are projected to chase him, but Reeves has said he wants to be a Laker for life. And the uncomfortable truth some Lakers fans don't want to hear, the numbers, the defensive ratings, the on-court impact, it all points to the same conclusion. This Lakers team might actually be better with Doncic and Reeves as the foundation moving forward. When all three of those guys share the floor, the defense falls apart, and JJ Redick hasn't been able to solve that puzzle. Nobody in the Lakers organization wants to say it publicly, but Jeanie Buss might have just said it indirectly by making it clear this franchise's future doesn't revolve around a 41-year-old, no matter how legendary he is. So where does all of this leave Bronny? Nobody can fully answer that yet. If LeBron leaves through retirement or signing elsewhere, Bronny's path becomes entirely his own story. He's been assigned to the G League 7 times this season. The development is showing, but without his father's shadow and his father's leverage, his NBA career truly becomes his to earn. And maybe, just maybe, that's the best thing that could happen for everybody. No more fake fight footage, no more nepotism debates, no more Stephen A. pleading on national television. Just a kid proving he belongs on his own terms in his own time. But what Jeanie Buss just said, that wasn't about Bronny, that wasn't about Reeves, that was about LeBron James and the very real possibility that the greatest run in modern Lakers history is about to come to an end. And nobody, not the owner, not the fans, not even LeBron himself, knows what happens next.